So some of you may know by now, I am a big fan of the independent film scene, especially from studios like Amazon and A24. Now, A24 I have been pleased with through most of the year. In fact, for the past couple of years, I've been pleased with them, and I was no different to them when they released the trailer for the Florida Project earlier this summer. And this film is directed by Sean Baker, and I was really hoping this film was going to be, the best of the year, like the critics were saying it was. So I went down to New York City to the Angelica Film Center, which, by the way, if any of you are down in the New York City area, please go check it out. It is a really nice theater, and go support your local independent theaters. So anyhow, I went down to go see it, and it stars Willem Dafoe and some other actors in it. And I can say this about the film. Well, before that, let's just get into it. We were wondering what the hell's the Florida Project about. So it's about, to explain it simply, about these kids who live in a motel, and it's about their lives in that motel over summer. And Willem Dafoe is the manager of this motel. And it's kind of, this rundown, kind of like a dump in a sense of what people would call it. And there are people who actually live in the motel, and the kids, live there with their, parents. So anyhow, the Florida Project, first of all, I gotta say that it's shot very nicely, and that, Willem Dafoe gives one of the best performances of his career. I like the evolution that he's gone through over the past, couple decades. And all the adult performers do a really good job in this film. And I would say that the music, for the most part, fits the overall tone of the film. However, let's get on to the child actors. Now, I'm pretty sure that these children know how to act in general. They are kind of talented. But the script that they were given, I felt like they portrayed the children too much as being one-dimensional, not really being fleshed out. I mean, when I walk down the street and I look at kids with their parents and stuff like that, they have more character than these kids in the film. They just seem too nasty, too mean, too, unlikable at times. I know that's supposed to be because, some of the parents are unlikable in this film, but come on, the children should have more innocence than that. And so also about the Florida Project, just the overall tone of the film I felt like was too nasty, at least compared to the trailers. The trailers made it look out to be like this lighthearted summer flick, when in actuality it's a dark tale about, living, under, in a motel and, living, paycheck to paycheck. And I mean, I understand that, it's important to cover those issues because they are serious issues. But I think the way the Florida Project handles it is just uncomfortable, to say the least. And I just feel like I didn't really get that much out of the film. Now, not to say that this film isn't terrible. No, there are plenty of moments in this film where I really enjoyed it. In fact, Sean Baker does have talent as a writer and as an editor, too. So yeah, he also edited this film, by the way. But there are just some moments in this film where I was just like, really? You added that in there? Now, I know I'm being vague about, certain parts of this film, but I mean, that's because I don't want to spoil it, because you people may enjoy this yourself, but I don't know. I have to give this one a 7 out of 10. Really didn't want to give this one a score that low, but, sometimes, films will disappoint you. So, yeah, that's my review on the Florida Project. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, you could also suggest new films for me to review. I'm always open to suggestions. So, yeah, people, see you around.